of 16 matches. We start in Germany, where the Yellow Wall of Borussia Dortmund hosted Dutch outfit PSV Eindhoven with the tie level at 1 goal apiece. Let's take the highlights.
That's won back well by Madsen. Fulkrug into Brandt. Just ran away from him at the last. Well, there's a chance here. And straight at the goalkeeper, who denies Ian Madsen, and that one couldn't quite collect. Sabitzer keeps it going. It's Sancho! What a moment for Jadon Sancho!
This is that fast start we're talking about. Look at the yellow shirts around the edge of the box, trying to pick up this loose ball, which they do. It's a little bit clumsy from the PSV defenders, but, you know, it's not the most ferocious strike that Jadon Sancho has ever hit, but it goes through the legs, and it sneaks inside that near post. Great ball.
It's Fulkrug. Just swept it wide. Marlin onto Brandt. Marlin. Benitez. Drop of the shoulder, surges past.
Yeah, it is. Terrific.
Kicks out Marlin. Can he find the shot? Now Dest. Making room for the shots, well over the bar. Doubling up on him. Takes aim, and this time...
Yeah, that's the one. That's much better from Bakayoko, that. Instead of waiting for the whistle to go, and that's quite right. So, Daniel Marlin there doesn't get it.
Here's Lozano!
Oh, wow.
Oh, that looks mighty close.
Right. It's a brilliant hit from Irving Lozano. Look at that. Oh. The goalkeeper's getting...
Royce delivers, flat and low, and that's 2-0. And that should be that. Nicholas Fulkrug. Will it be a 2-0 lead? No. Ruled out. It's Nigel de Jong and Ronald Koeman taking in this one as well. Luke de Jong!
Oh!
That was the chance.
There it is. Oh!
And there's an untimely slip. And here's Marco Reus. And there it is. Dortmund are through. Oh, they have ridden their luck tonight.
Well, Dortmund get the job done and they are now through based on their score, 3-1 aggregate. Just an update for you viewers, of course, that match between Atletico Madrid and Inter Milan, it was locked at 2-2 on aggregate. So, of course, it's now into extra time and we'll continue to keep you updated as that goes on. But we're going to be joined by our football analyst, Brent Sano. Good afternoon, Brent, and happy birthday from the SportsMax zone. Really good to have you in our company, especially on your special day.
Thank you very much, Mariah. I've been overwhelmed with birthday greetings so far, and I promise you that I will be celebrating after the show.
Oh, thank God.
Somewhere that I am going to.
Yeah, all work and no play, Brent. No, and I know you love to celebrate. So
where are your glasses, Brent?
It's off today, Lance. It's a special day. With age, you get better eyesight. I've realized that, so I don't need it.
Okay, so I'm not sure why I'm still wearing glasses then. So go ahead.
he has no comeback for that, Brent, and of course that doesn't happen very often. So take that as a birthday present. We're going to get down now to the football business and Borussia Dortmund, Brent, getting the job done. Of course, we saw this coming. Jadon Sancho didn't leave it too long to, of course, put his team in front, and then they went ahead and ensured that they crossed the line.
Yeah, look, I'm over the moon for the young man. We talked about his troubles that he's had at Manchester United. It's well documented. He's been brought back to Borussia Dortmund with the hope that he can rekindle some of the form that he saw before that big money move to Manchester United. He's still getting into his rhythm at Dortmund. But what a way to start. It was so important for him to play positively, to start on the front foot. And he did that in the first 5-10 minutes. He was taking on his opponents. He was driving inside with the ball. And that's a tremendous finish from Jadon. And of course, giving Dortmund a deserved lead because they were really good value for money in the first 20 to 30 minutes or so.
Where did PSV lose this one, Brent?
Look, I think it's that miss at the end from Luke de Jong, and I think some of the chances that they created in the second half, they really should have at least tied this that match up and going into extra time. They had some gilt-edged chances. They also had some opportunities that maybe they should have done better with. It was really a Jekyll and Hyde performance from Dortmund. The second half was all PSV, and really and truly, Mariah, they should have made things count.
Yeah, good win there by the Borussia Dortmund. Brent, well, you know I'm a German fan, Brent. Good to see Marco Reus getting the goal that sealed it for them. 34 years old now and has had a lot of injuries throughout his career. How valuable is he at the moment for Borussia Dortmund?
I think as the competition goes on, you would need a man with his experiences. Matt Hummels as well, I'll throw in there as well, had a terrific game for Dortmund as well. And one thing about Dortmund has always been when they get into the business end, the latter stages of Champions League, you start to question whether or not the experience would be a factor for them. And when you have a player like Rose coming off, yes, he's had his challenges throughout his career, and of course with the injuries, he will be an integral part because what he does is he brings that nous, that Champions League nous that you need in this competition. And we saw it today because really and truly, Lance, they were on the ropes, and PSV, as I said, possibly should have gotten back into it. But when you have players like that coming off your bench and being able to play and contribute, it's a big thing, and it does help in these sorts of competitions.
Yeah, and of course, this is the elite level of European football. So Dortmund, having not been, overly brilliant so far this season, would be very happy with getting to the last 8, and this could probably be where it ends for them.
It probably will, because once you get into that stage with the big clubs like City and Real Madrid, etc., are in there, you start obviously realizing the gulf in quality what teams would have, and sometimes financial capabilities. That's also a factor. So, and look, Dortmund is a selling club. That's well known and throughout the world of football. They develop young talent to push them on and sell them on, etc. So if they have an extra night to be able to put some of these talented players on show, we talk about Malen from the young man from Holland, players like that. I admire if they get the opportunity to be seen on another night in a big stage and do well, it could only drive their price tags up.
Yeah, and overall, you did suggest earlier on that it was a tough game for them, and PSV could well, be ruining how things turned out, given how open play went, because PSV weren't bad today, were they?
No, they weren't. And look, they had the opportunities. They started to carve open the chances that could get them back in the game. Remember, we came into this fixture with a 1-1 aggregate score, and so if they had scored, it probably would have gone into extra time. And I felt that the momentum that they were in, that they possibly could have gone on to win it. I did have a bit of fear for PSV because, of course, it's a team that may have found going to Dortmund and, of course, playing in front of the big yellow wall, a bit of a challenge. Their inexperience as a club to getting into these sorts of, situations lower down in the competition where the AS Rare might have been an occasion one too far for them. But they showed good value for money in the second half. They turned things around. They started to carve open Dortmund. They started to find, of course, opportunities down the flanks, in particular with Sergio Dest, the young American, coming up. And they started to look at a team that can get back into this tie. And of course, as we all know, they have to score. And I thought with Luke de Jong there, I thought with his pedigree in scoring goals and being such a clinical marksman in front of the goal, they would have gotten back in it. But right after he made that big miss at the end, of course, Dortmund went back in the other end and scored. And that's football.
Yeah, and of course, congrats to Dortmund. And they are top 4 at the moment in the Bundesliga. So on their current trajectory, they could be qualifying for Champions League football again next year.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and submitly too.
Yeah. Well, Brent, let's take a look now because we have to keep our viewers updated. Of course, that match between Atletico Madrid and Inter Milan on aggregate locked at 2-2. The match is now in extra time. But we want to just take a look at the goals and we'll be assessing the quality when we come back. So let's take a look at those goals.
Goals at Atleti, he won the league, he won the cup, he won the UEFA. With Inter as a player still very well highly forward there. Barella, great chance. Is that the tie? Won and lost. Di Marco up in support. 32 minutes gone on the night. Llorente. Molina changed his feet to get the cross in. The drive's been excellent. Shot back in by Koke, missed by the ball. Griezmann! Didn't take them long to get back in it. And the flag, has it gone up? The referee's had a check. Riquelme. Into the penalty, chance for Depay! The tyre's level!
Set. All right, so we still have the birthday boy, Brent Sano, with us. Brent, of course, we have Atletico Madrid getting their goals from Antoine Griezmann and, of course, Memphis Depay. And then that goal for Inter coming from Garnacho. Your assessment of what you saw from both teams so far?
Look, I thought when Inter Milan scored, I thought that was it, done and dusted, the tie was over, because we do know that Atletico Madrid was struggling to obviously put the ball into the back of the net. They've had their challenges. But traditionally, as you would have mentioned, Mariah, they are quite good at home. And they've not lost a football match there for quite some time. So they did get themselves back into it. They did show a bit of that old Atletico Madrid fight because throughout this season, they look like not the team that we've known from the past. It's type of Diego Simone's team that has the grit and the endeavor and the passion to win football games and grind out results. They've lost a little bit of that, but look, they got themselves back in the game, and that goal by Memphis Depay at the end there is a quality goal. His first touch was excellent. He got it out of his feet and slotted it into the goal. So it's gone into extra time, and really and truly, it's Atletico Madrid's tie to lose now because we all know how difficult it is to play there. At their facility.
And Brent, that away goals rule, Inter would of course be ruining the change.
They would be ruining the change. They would have been done and dusted. But I funny enough, I do prefer it this way. I do think it changes the way football is played because we've seen so many times a team would go at home and play very defensive and obviously try to win a football match that way and then go on away and draw. So I prefer the changes. I like it the way it is right now with no away goals rule. But as I said, Inter Milan only have themselves to blame. When they scored that first goal, I thought they would have locked up shop because they're quite good at that and tried to go ahead with progressing. But they're in for a real fight at the Wanda Metropolitano.
Yeah, and Brent, we're stuck in the same position we were 24 hours ago when Arsenal had to go to penalties. This one could be heading in the same direction. If they go there, who wins? Atletico or Inter?
You would have to fancy Atletico, especially Jan Oblak in goal and how great he's been throughout his career for them and this season for them as well. You would think that he would be quite difficult to beat from 12 yards out. But, Inter has to find a way to make sure it doesn't go to penalty kicks. We talked about how difficult it is to go to Atletico and play those sorts of games. And Inter is finding out the hard way.
All right. Well, Brent, we want to thank you so much for chatting with us here. And of course, we're going to take a quick break. We're wishing you... oh, no, you're staying with us for Europa League. I'm just ready to let you go celebrate your birthday. Okay, no, stay with us. You still have to work. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll keep our viewers updated on the Atletico Madrid match. Quick break.